This is English 373, week 4, part 7. All right, cool. You're doing good. There's also again one of those line readings that different actors can do things with. There's one of these little neat moments that actors get to choose how they're going to handle it. Because he finds out his whole family's dead. And Malcolm says, you give words voice, you got to speak. He says, my children too, your wife, your servants, all that could be found. And must I be from thence, meaning I'm not at home when they're killed? My wife killed too? I have said. He can't quite believe it. He keeps asking the same question over and over again. Malcolm says, be comforted. Like, revenge is going to make you feel better. And Macduff says, he has no children. The actor there is faced with an interesting choice. Is Macduff saying, Macbeth has no children? He doesn't know how it feels to have dead children. And so he kills my children, and he doesn't even know what it's like to have kids, and he kills my kids? Or is he saying to Malcolm, is he saying this about Malcolm? Is he like, Malcolm has no children. This guy's telling me to get over it and feel better. This guy with no kids is telling me, and my kids are all dead, that I should just get over it and get my revenge? What's the correct answer? There is no correct answer. It just says, the actor says he has no children. It is up to the actor to decide whether he means Macbeth. I can't believe this guy with no kids killed my kids. Or it could be Malcolm. I can't believe this guy is telling me to get over it when he has no kids. He doesn't know what it's like. And so again, there's little moments like that, but they seem minor, but you add enough of them together and you end up watching a play of Macbeth and then a movie of Macbeth, and they're very different. They're very, very different. Very different ways to do Macbeth. Cool. All right. Let's go back in here. All my pretty ones? Did you say all? Oh, Hellkite, all my pretty chickens in their dam at one fell swoop, because they all died at once. By the way, Hellkite means like demon bird. He's imagining the image here. This is a funny image, but he has no children. All my pretty ones? Did you say all? Oh, Hellkite, all my pretty chickens in their dam at one fell swoop. Damn his mother. The image, he says Hellkite. The image, the metaphor he's using to describe this is that Macbeth is like a demon bird that has swooped down on the nest and destroyed the eggs with the baby birds and the mama bird, and just like an evil meeting bird that comes down and kills this whole bird family in a nest. That's and one fell swoop, like he just came all at once, killed them all, and flew away. And Macduff wasn't home. That's what really haunts him, is it happened when he was absent. I'm going to have a lot to say about that. And then, again, what is this play obsessed with? Masculinity. So what do we get? We get this. Malcolm. See, Malcolm's problem here is that Macduff appears to be extremely depressed. This is upsetting. This may break his heart. He may give up. He may die of grief. He may have such depression that he can't get out of bed in the morning. That's not good for Malcolm. Malcolm needs to fight Macbeth and win this fucking war. He needs to kill Macbeth and take the throne that his father wanted to give to him. The problem with Malcolm is that he wants the problem with Malcolm is that he can't have Macduff be grieving. He doesn't want Macduff sad. He needs Macduff angry. Otherwise, he's never going to be able to defeat Macbeth. And so, what kind of argument does Malcolm make in order to convince Macduff to stop being sad and to get off his ass, and instead of being sad, be angry? Don't solve the problem by crying. Solve the problem by killing people. What's his argument? Can you guess what the argument's going to be? Let's see if we're right. I think we have it. Dispute it like a man. Shakespeare is fucking relentless. Every single line of the play. Every page, there's something about men. He says, be a man, fight about it. Macduff has, in this little split second here, he has possibly a healthy response. One of the healthiest responses in the play, although I have some problems with Macduff we'll talk about later, but he has a slightly healthy response here. Malcolm says, dispute it like a man. And Macduff says, I shall do so, but I must also feel it as a man. That's kind of beautiful, actually. I kind of love it. I kind of love that, actually. Macduff is not my favorite character, but that is a nice moment. Dispute it like a man, meaning fight about it like a man. And he says, I will fight about it like a man, but I'm also going to cry about it like a man. Because why shouldn't men cry over their dead children? I think it's very nice. I really like it. A lot of action movies, particularly when I was younger, and not so much now. But a lot of action movies, men never cry. They're like tough and angry, and they keep all their emotions inside. You see that with James Bond and Batman's like that. They're very serious all the time, and they don't have any emotions. One of the things I actually like about the Fast and the Furious is so many action movies are about like men who are hard and alone and tough and it's just they have no emotions and they're assholes all the time. One of the things I really like about the Fast and the Furious movies is the men actually have emotions, and they care about other people. They care about other men. They care about women. They like have a whole. It's about family. I really like that about the Fast and the Furious movies. It's fun. Because I feel like it's a healthier version of being a man. Like, if you're going to pick an action hero to be your role model, I think you're much better off picking some of the guys from Fast and the Furious. They're much healthier role models than Batman or James Bond. Even John Wick cared about that dog, so he's actually pretty good in my list. But like James Bond and Batman seem like emotionally fucked up. Actually, and if you want to see a movie about Batman being emotionally fucked up, the Lego Batman movie like kind of might be my second favorite Batman movie. It's kind of great. It's just about how like he needs a family and people to talk to and people to care about. It's sort of sweet. Anyway, but I like that Macduff says this. Like he doesn't say he says like I will dispute it like a man, but I must also feel it like a man. I think that's really important. Um, he will go on to say other dumb things, and I won't like him as much. But for this split second, I do like that reaction at first. Um, He says, I cannot but remember such things were that were most precious to me. Did heaven look on and would not take their part? Like he can't believe God allowed this to happen. But then, instead of blaming God, he blames himself. Sinful Macduff, they were all struck for thee. Not that I am, not for their own demerits, but for mine fell slaughter on their souls. Heaven rest them now. So he starts by blaming God, like, how could God let this happen? And then he says, you know what, this is my fault. I did this. It's for my sins that they were killed. And Malcolm, again, he's getting sad. Malcolm can't allow him to get sad. And Malcolm says, be this the whetstone to your sword. Whetstone is something you use to sharpen a blade. Let this be the whetstone to your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart and rage it. So let grief convert to anger. That's what Malcolm needs. It's psychology, man. It's psychology. He says, let grief convert to anger. Because Malcolm's being kind of an asshole. Because Malcolm's not like, what's going to help this poor grieving man? Malcolm's like, what's going to help me win this war? And he tells him, don't be sad, get mad. But that's very self-serving. Of course Malcolm's going to say that because he can't fight this fucking thing on his own. He needs Macduff. Um, um, and it works. It works. And then Macduff goes back to saying asshole things. Um, he says, oh, I could play the woman with mine eyes and braggart with my tongue. To play the woman with your eyes means crying. For a split second there, he said, I must feel it as a man. And now I think Malcolm got to him, and now he's sort of like, all right, I could cry like a woman, but instead I'm going to take action like a man. Once again, you got to be manly, be violent, be terrible, and so he goes for violence. Everybody goes for violence. Everybody's like, there's so many times in this play. Lady Macbeth is like, be a man, kill Duncan, and Macbeth is like, be a man and kill Banquo, and Malcolm's like, be a man and kill Macbeth. Like, that's crazy that happens 3 times in one play. And the scene ends. Malcolm says this. He says, but gentle heavens cut short all intermission. I mean, let's get this over with. Front to front, bring now the fiend of Scotland and myself within my sword's length. Set him. If he escape, heaven forgive him too. I really like that line. If he escape, heaven forgive him. Meaning, I'm gonna go after him with my sword, and if he escapes, heaven can forgive him for all his crimes because he's not going to escape. I'm gonna fucking cut his head off. That's how sure he is that Macbeth will not escape him. He says, if he escapes, let heaven forgive him, because that motherfucker is not escaping. And then how does the scene end? With Malcolm saying, this tune goes manly. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. All we have to do is leave. Macbeth is ripe for shaking, and they're going to go after him and get him. And this is the plan. Now, I have a lot more to say about this scene. I feel bad because we'll figure it out. I have a lot to say, and I'm probably going to have to cover it next week and not this week, but I'll put some more videos on here. Let me take a look and see what I'm doing. Okay, and I will see you guys in the next video.